Well, welcome back to Behind the Build, guys, where we take a peek behind all that we got going on here at Pacific Lifestyle Homes. And I'm really excited. We're going to talk Valnova. So, as we opened up sales, it's interesting, big projects that are just like going to change places and have been talked about for so long too. The myths that like get going and all the different stuff. Oh my goodness,
the rumor mill is extensive here.
It is. It's a reminder too that the valley is big, but it is small at the same time. Mm-hmm. And because so as we've opened up sales, the questions that we've gotten is what's, makes you think of these myths that we hear, because we hear them and we're like, no, that's not right. That's not true.
And they're so far off base that I'm thinking, what are you listening to, right?
Yeah. Well, and so I think Mackenzie is the biggest proponent of Valnova at this point. And so school things for the kids and that, right. I get the questions all the time because there's all the interest. People, especially like those that live in Legacy, mm-hmm. Our friends there are like, so Valnova, tell me what's going on there. And I love talking about it, but the wrong information is what cracks me up with it. So one of them, the overpass, like it's a deadly in and out or whatever it is. We're doing the overpass. Well, not but the developer's doing the overpass, right?
Correct. And I just want to state for the record that I lived across the street in Hillsdale in 2010, and that even right turn or left turn was way more deadly. This one, you've got a pretty straight shot this way and that way, and we have a turn lane. I was not nervous about turning left onto that at all.
Well, and you made it, so that's saying something. We've talked about your driving before.
Okay, but I will kick your butt.
Does the car do it for you?
In the electric race carts. I will kick your butt.
You talk it. Can you picture we take the go-karts up there and do the racing?
That would be
the road
funny.
on the way in as it goes?
Yeah.
You can get some speed going.
Uh-huh.
But that's the funny thing that, going in is obviously no problem. You got the deceleration lane. That's no problem. And leaving, you go to the middle and it's protected and then you go. And what's funny to me about it each time is the way I go to work each day, Palmer onto 44, that's the same thing, basically. And that gets my blood pumping way more than even Valnova.
I would say that is worse because you don't have a really good sight line over here.
Yeah, that's way more of a thing.
Yep.
And again, the thing is, there's today, which is it's maybe not ideal, but it's also not bad at all. It's easier than the one I just mentioned, which I feel like a very common way to work as everybody else in that area too, coming from the same kind of spot. But the overpass is going in.
Right.
And it's actually, they just broke ground on it. It's going to be January, February of next year. So it's, 12-ish months away. And that totally solves it.
It does, especially when you think about build cycle. Mm-hmm. We're talking about 3 months at most, maybe 4 months of living. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, but if a customer who says go today, we do all the stuff, we move them in. They're actually not even in there that long before it's done because and this is me losing track that it's almost April. Right.
That's why I was like 12 months. I'm like, yeah, it's January. No, it's almost April. So it's not even that. So, but that's the thing. I think that's also a great example of a excellent developer there that's just getting ahead of stuff.
He is a real professional. I am really impressed by this development company. They really have thought through every single objection or amenity very, very well. And I think it's going to be an amazing, its own town. I wouldn't be surprised if they apply for township one day, 30, 40 years from now, don't you think?
Maybe. I mean, because you're up there.
There's me starting rumors. There you go.
Actually, this is how it starts, Anna.
I know.
This is how it starts.
I know.
That one's going to be you that gets that. But, I mean, in a way, though, you're sort of right because you're on your own up there.
Yeah.
You do have a separation that's built in. I guess they could cut off and do their own thing.
Well, when we talk about Dry Creek Ranch or Hidden Springs or Avamore, we in the real estate community think of it as its own thing right there. It literally is going to a really cool, so it's colder than a paradise type island, but it's a fantastic place to live if you want some separation from the air, driving, the traffic. It's very peaceful and lovely.
Yeah. No, well, the separation thing, it's actually like we were just talking about. You're talking about your commute and how close it is to our office and home.
Yep.
And I was talking about mine where I think I timed it on 5 minutes down the hill basically from it. So it's basically my commute. And that separation is nice because it's just long enough where it kind of detunes. I get part of my podcast in. Actually, I'm not lying. I'm usually on the phone. Half the time, just talking to you.
With me.
But
we're talking about.
So that's actually a bad example. So when it's not talking, that kind of stuff on the way home. But it is like just that right apart. But there is, I don't know how to describe this properly, but you know how you come into the main entrance and then there's kind of that roll to the hill as you come in. Especially, I think it's the last one where you kind of come up and back down, and then you can see looking east the mountains and stuff. I think that also, it's like a lowering of the blood pressure.
I think it's the same feeling you get when you go into the mountains, when you go into nature, when you go to Eagle State Park, when you get on the green belt. Like, it's that exact same feeling. It's very grounding. And, sorry, that's my phone. I'm going to throw it.
Well, wait.
Speaking of my phone. But it's a very grounding feeling. And
oh, you're ignoring Matt?
Oh, I'm not ignoring Matt.
We got to air this part now.
I know.
It could have been you, Matt. I'm just saying.
No, he's used to it. My whole family has a code. They call me twice in a row. They call me twice in a row. Same with the agents. Like, they call me twice in a row, I'll step out of whatever meeting. I'm saying that publicly.
You're just trying to make up for you letting Matt's call go like that.
Yeah, probably.
No, it wasn't him. But yeah, no, I think there's a lowering of the blood pressure and some of that when you get up there, and it's just kind of different.
It's fantastic. Like, I love the location that I'm in right now, but to your point, I walked through that door and I'm still processing from work and still in my work mode, which is not necessarily how you want to be at home.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, well, heck, there's no cell phone reception up there, so that makes it more peaceful too.
There is cell phone
Myth
reception.
number 2.
There is internet. There is cell phone reception. There's water. Like, there's natural gas.
Sewer included in the house.
Sewer. Yes.
No.
It's not like they're going to get an outhouse somewhere, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be a few outhouses while we build the houses, but no, I mean, actually, the cell phone thing to me is a great example again of a great developer just getting ahead of things and knowing that they're essentially building a small town, and they're treating it like that too with the infrastructure, the dollars spent and the time doing it. I mean, they had to basically hire 2 different companies to do the initial development work because one company wasn't big enough to do it all. It's crazy what they've built. But yeah, like getting ahead of it and being like, well, we need a cell phone tower because there is cell phone reception there today. It's just not excellent.
His mindset is so into investment and the future and the vision of this community. In my experience in the past, they usually skimp on things like this, like a cell tower. There has to be several years that go by with complaints
and I'd even say it's not like, because there's like the developers we work with, I think we're really fortunate because we work with some really good developers. But there's the reputation of developers out there in some cases of skimping and some of that stuff. And the industry does have some of those out there. But there's also a difference of a small developer can't afford to do this the right way.
Very
and
true.
So it's a coupling of good management of it, but then financial ability to just go do it and make it right. And I think that's where, because the project's so big, we're not talking 100, 200 lots. We're talking thousands of homes. It's a different scale of what's happening up there.
Years and years of construction. Like, we're talking about a 20-year project here. And I do want to clarify, though, like every neighborhood, every section of lots is in its own pod or section. It has its own name. So it's not like you're living through that 20 years of construction.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good to clarify that. I also would just add, I think it's neat how they're, because if you say, oh, I live in Valnova. Well, if you fast forward 10 years, people are gonna be like, well, which
Are
part?
you in Kirkland Hills? Are you, yes, exactly.
So like, are you in Kirk Hills or are you in,
Kirk Hills.
Now, a couple of them, like, I don't think I say them right. Like, I think it's Muirhaven. I don't know if I'm saying that technically right.
Is that how we say it? Everyone's nodding their head in the room. So if it's wrong, It's everyone's fault.
But I think that gives it kind of a neat little feel to it also of like, oh, I'm in this part, because when that like the town center part of it and all of that goes in, or I guess even if you're at the amenities and you're like, oh, I'm in Kirk Hills, I'm in Muirhaven or whatever, you have your little niches like within, and each one of those I'm sure is going to take on its own like personality with it.
Absolutely. They're going to be their own mini neighborhood within a master plan community.
Yeah.
And so there will be people that don't meet people, that don't see people on their daily walks all the time because they may be just in their section. I do want to point out, though, that the walking is superb because you got the hiking, you got the hills. It's very good for your health.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Well, no, and like to the point of like the lowering the blood pressure thing again. So when I was talking, and we were talking commute, and I was saying, well, yeah, when I was in Mace, it was, not much longer than yours and all that. A benefit, though, that I had there, while it was short, if we wanted to go on a walk, we just hit the green belt.
Oh, yeah.
And that was so nice because there was walking paths. So now where we're at, it's an amazing neighborhood, but there's not like, you're just walking the streets and stuff.
Right.
And that, which you see your neighbors, and that's all fine.
Because you have BLM land behind you, per se.
But there's nothing leading to
There's
it, though.
nothing
It's actually, it's Valnova behind me, is the irony of it.
Yes.
But yeah, you don't have that piece of like, you can walk the sidewalks and then you get to the park and the park has the loop. But it's not the same as when we could go hop on the green belt. That was super cool. And the walking trails, it's like that equivalent there.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool.
If you love nature, if you love outdoor activities, hiking, skiing, going to McCall, it's a shorter commute as well. If you like to, surf behind a surf boat in a lake, there's Black Rock right up the road. So I think it's a fantastic location to have access to all of that.
Yeah, no, it's...
You see Bogus, you see this out here, you can see everywhere. I mean, the view is breathtaking.
Well, and our lots too, I think we're super fortunate that we have view lots.
Yes, you did a really good job picking those out.
We just got lucky on that one. I mean, persistence and just professional annoyance of, I want lots, I want lots, I want lots, I guess pays off at a point. But no, we got fortunate that we actually have view lots, which, and I think that's it, where customers that aren't from here coming in, they want a view lot, but they don't understand how rare they are in the valley.
We are short
because it's flat.
View lots.
It's flat, so you have the rim lots that are basically gone at this point around the whole valley,
or hung up in development.
Yeah,
in the cities, and they don't have a green light.
Yeah, and so to actually have view lots, and actually like good view lots, like home site 42 and 43, the way off the back of those is just amazing.
He's just saying because he knows I want to buy one of those lots, and I'm trying to talk my significant other into that. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to decide if we want you as a customer or not.
You know what? There is some logic to that.
I'm gonna need to interview your past builder and make sure he said you were okay.
I will give you Mike's number. Yes.
No, we got that run of those 5 home sites right there are just awesome. And then even like our model, which is, a corner lot there, but that elevation difference, how they plan those walls.
It was so thoughtfully designed. It was so thoughtfully designed. It has a lot of, you would think that it looks very open right now, but you're actually going to have quite a bit of privacy.
Yeah, you will. And we even, so, we got to do those special landscape plans for up there for the ACC and all that stuff. So the landscape architect I saw for the model, he sent back and he's like, hey, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on your plan, I showed the back half of the lot with the view fence option and then the front part, come back 30 feet. Because he gets it. He's been up there and he's like, no, you want to be able to see out the back of that home. Right. And that's not even our best view lot, is the cool thing.
I'm so excited for that model to start.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this model for a while.
The new Alpine is, the current Alpine's awesome. Those little touches we did, it's just going to take it to, one of the big ones just being that fireplace moving that location of it because of the views. And you just have, 20 foot wide, 20 foot tall wall that's pretty much just all glass.
Well, it's also a credit to Pacific Lifestyle Homes' unique floor plans. Like, you don't see other floor plans like that in the valley from other builders. And the other thing too is like the thing that everybody doesn't see is that you guys actually ask our opinions down to everyone in the company. It's a collective, response of, hey, have you thought about doing this?
Yeah.
Maybe you do this. Maybe you raise the doorway there. I would want a mud bench here.
Yeah.
And you guys just keep making it better and better.
Well, I would remind you, it's we.
We.
But
We.
no, I mean, it's funny what I was thinking of there. So when like our parade of homes, or I guess the 2 parade of homes that we're doing this year, you got those regular forms you got to fill out. Who did this? Who did that? So who's the designer of the home? It's I'm really drifting on the subject on this, but we never put a name on that.
No,
It's Pacific Lifestyle Homes because, well, we have Jerry who's amazing at it. We have those weekly meetings where we're all looking at that thing and designing that together. And I think that's where you get those diverse perspectives that come into it. For me, I got the young family perspective coming at it. For some team members, they're the empty nester, or there's I don't have kids yet, but I'm going to have kids perspective. There's all those different ones, and I think that's where the designs really do work out awesome.
Our floor plans are amazing, especially the multi-gen options, which you can get in Valnova. And speaking of which, most of our floor plans actually fit on all of the lots.
Yeah, look at you, always selling.
I know.
The multi-gen's been really popular. It's going to be good up there too. I think we're doing that. The Aspen multi-gen up there.
Yes,
that'll be
we
cool.
are. Very cool.
Because that multi-gen is actually, like, all the multi-gens are good, but there's, I think what we've talked about on the podcast before, there's that range and size of them. And that one is a full functioning multi-gen.
It's a very nice size. And the other thing that's nice about that floor plan is it's pretty far, everyone has their own space.
Yeah. You have the definition.
So if you have a parent moving in or a child, like, you have your own space. You come together in the great room, then you have your own space.
Yeah. It's no, the multi-gens have been hugely popular, and fit up there. And speaking of, I guess the home sites that we have, the nice thing too is 7 of them fit the Shasta, which is that home is so wide and so big that you can actually fit it on those. It's just awesome, because that was making me think of one of the myths. I should say the myth. The myth is, if you go in there today, some of the first homes you see that have gone in is more the density. And so there's some alley-loaded home sites down by the amenity kind of there. And then you got some of the smaller lots off to the side there. And there's the townhomes that have gone in, which might be some of the nicest townhomes I've seen.
They're nicer than the ones at Tamarack, dare I say that?
There's that last set that is about 3/4 way built right now. They did a phenomenal
Beautiful job. I don't think I saw townhomes that nice in Park City.
Yeah, they've done a great job. But if you don't know the whole scope of what's happening out there, you'd easily pull in and see that and think, oh, this is all density. It doesn't have I want the 3-car garage, the single level, the whatever, and you don't know that it exists. And like taking Mackenzie up there with me, she thought that's a lot of what it was. And then I showed her our home site. She's like, the view's amazing. These look great. But today it's empty lots. So you can't tell how big they are, but you go past the roundabout and you go up into that section that the first homes were built in, because most don't see it, I think, when they come in. And then you're like, oh, this is it. Because that's literally, Kirk Hills is going to have those builders over there, similar lot sizes. There's some bigger, some smaller, I think, but you get that feel for it. Then you realize it's not all density up there.
Yeah, and they did a really good job designing and not taking away the character of the landscape. I really love how it's all designed and integrated into how the rolling hills are, because every single section to me feels different when you go in them.
Oh, well, even take the section I was talking about. At the lower part of it, you have the flat home sites, and then you go up the hill, and what those super custom guys are building up there is crazy. Some of those foundations,
oh my gosh,
it's wild what they're doing. You're looking at the beauty of it. I'm looking at I'm like, oh my gosh, that footing is like as big as my truck.
I did see one that went in, I think it was 3 weeks ago, and that I was like, wow, there was a lot of engineering that went into that.
It's incredible. And but the diversity of it though. So, down in the first part there, you have that kind of home at that price point, super nice home. and you can have your RV garage and all that. And as you go up, you're getting to 2 million, 3 million, and a view and a totally different.
Well, what's really attractive about Valnova is that it would probably be pretty easy to find a product for multiple people in one family.
I mean, hey, if you don't want the multi-gen, you just have.
If you don't want mom with you, you take her down here, and she's like a 3-minute walk, right?
Yeah. Or the golf cart ride, you know?
Golf cart. Yes, we are going to have to get a golf cart out there.
Yeah, we probably got to do that. I'm a little concerned of the driving skills, but.
I'm not going to drive it. I promise. I almost hit a model home once. That's a whole nother story.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying.
Hey, but I didn't. That's the important part. I took out a sign instead of the house.
No, I think, so what you made me think of without though, another one of the myths. So if you do, family member in the townhomes, family member in Kirk Hills, let's meet up at the amenity. The myth is like,
I'll meet you at the.
Well, what is the amenity going to be? Is it going in?
Lake.
It's not going to go
in. There's a beach. There's a beach.
No, that's what's so cool about it is like the pond lots here throughout the valley are beautiful, but maybe you take the paddleboard on it, but you're not swimming in that water.
Especially not in August.
And you probably don't want to let your dog go in there. It might get a little nasty. I mean, they're sort of a storm pond-ish. Like they're above a storm pond, those. But then you got to Valnova, that thing is a 2.5-acre lake with a liner and a beach built into it.
Yes, the beach is amazing and the amenities on it. And it's very much going to be a better version of Quinn's Pond that's downtown.
And the boathouse that kind of comes out over the water and everything.
Very cool.
But I guess the thing that shocks me about that myth is you can go see it being built. Like the amenities are under construction and they're finishing, I think, in August.
Yes.
Like the buildings are up, the pond or the lake is built, the liner's in, the boathouse, you can see it. I think the water fills up mid-May, end of May is what the plan is. So like they're going in and they didn't wait to do just a little. They went with a big piece of the amenities going in. There's still a lot more to go. But
it'll be amazing to see what the golf course ends up looking like as well, from this developer.
It'll be, well, and there's that background that he has in some of the hospitality industry stuff that I think plays into all that really well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all turns out because I can't even mentally fathom what part of it is because it's so big up there. I know it's north within the project, but it's going to be up into the hills and then further. The views from that are going to be awesome. It's going to be its whole other thing with it where that's up here, the town center's here, the lake's over here. You're surrounded by the BLM land and all the walking trails and stuff. It's just its own little thing.
It's amazing. It's an amazing development.
Yeah. Now I forget if I've said in this podcast, but I'm excited for moving in last August to our most recent house to right away. Mackenzie might kill me on that one, although she's pretty hot on Valnova at this point. So
and pretty flexible. She's a very good flexible person.
We don't need to talk about my bad planning and all that kind of stuff for why she's so flexible. But no, we're going to be up there. I can't wait to be there because you're to the diversity of product types. You're into a neighborhood with kids where there's all kinds of kids that are going to be throughout there. If you want to be in a section where there's maybe more mature kids, well, there's going to be neighborhoods that kind of slot into that. And you can already see it today between Kirk Hills, price point usually kind of does some of that, but then also how they program the amenities in Kirk Hills versus how they've programmed amenities over here. You really can slot into all those different spots there, which will just make it an awesome neighborhood.
Which leads me to mention the equity proposition. I mean, it's pretty well documented that getting into the first, second, and third phase of a development is a great equity proposition, and we really do have a great price point out there.
We're not selling entry-level homes by any means.
No.
But for the home that we are selling up there, and it is a home in Eagle and a home in a community that is what Valnova is, it's amazing what you get.
With a view.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. It's actually, depending on the home site, the home plan, all that stuff, it's more affordable than our Eagle Ridge community. Now you're trading differences there,
Right.
with there's some lot difference, there's a location difference, there's all kinds of different things. It's really kind of two different customers, but it's the value piece of it is huge. I think you were mentioning to me like when Dry Creek first started, like it's way out there. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, they would talk about that in Avamore like it was McCall.
Yeah, no, and now like I was looking at some of the most affordable homes that are being built today in Avamore that are on pretty small home sites and not that big a home, and they're in the sixes, and actually some of those same ones are up above that, and that's no knock on them. That's the value of a well-planned community. Avamore's a well-planned community. Dry Creek, the pricing there is incredible.
It's almost doubled.
It's insane. Yeah, no, it literally, from what you were showing me on what homes started at in those earlier phases, which was not that long ago at all.
No, I had a buyer complete their home in Dry Creek Ranch in 2022, and they almost got double what they paid.
Oh, you're saying they bought in 22 and sold?
Yep, a couple months ago.
And they almost doubled it?
They almost doubled it.
That's insane.
But if you're willing and you have the vision, new construction is where I feel, and I'm biased, I love new construction, but I feel like new construction, new development is where the equity proposition, the equity value is at.
Sure. And especially too when you factor in the bigger communities, because that's where I think there's value in any new construction, but then when you're talking about a project that's going to go this long, there's naturally appreciation that you get to experience with that. But yeah, so I guess the myths, the in and out driving into the community while the overpass is going in.
Right.
Well, I don't have cell phone reception. If that was true, you could say it's positive. It's more peaceful, but
it won't be true for very long.
Yeah, there's a cell phone tower, and I've talked up there on the phone. There's cell phone reception today. It's just not. We've all gotten accustomed to like super high speed, so I think
and speed of everything.
Yeah, so it throws people off a little. And like anything, when you move into your home, I know, like I walk into my house, it connects to my Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So when you have your house, it's just not even.
Did we mention that it comes with Wi-Fi?
Well, I was realizing I said that the other myth, the HOAs are too high.
The HOAs are too high. They're a fantastic value.
Yeah, no, they're $240 a month, and it includes your high-speed internet. That's easily $100 right there, especially legitimate, real high-speed internet. So $140 a month HOA, I paid double that, and I have a nice HOA, but it's not. It's just great. They're not overpriced, in my opinion, at all.
No,
they're actually more affordable than some of our other communities, actually. So yeah, I think that one's a myth. Gosh, what were the other ones? There were. It's too far out. It's really
too
not.
Far. It really
the grocery store's
isn't.
10 minutes away.
Everyone told me it was too far out when I moved into Paramount in 2006. They said that was too far out. That was out there with the golf course. Like, look at it now. It's right on top. This is where it's at.
Yeah, we're basically sitting in Paramount.
Yes.
Yeah, like when I drive to Fred Meyer, it's 15 minutes to Fred Meyer.
Yes, and Costco.
I'm not way out.
No.
Like 15 minutes to a grocery store is very common around the valley.
20 minutes to a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, well, you measure the Chick-fil-A distance. That's the important one right there.
It seems to be for just everybody loves Chick-fil-A
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, and we didn't even talk about 16. I mean, which I know we're running short on time, but I mean the distance to the airport. Like we have some friends that are kind of interested in that. He flies a lot for work.
Yep.
It's like going to be 30 minutes to the airport.
It's better than being in Eagle now or off of Eagle Road trying to get to the airport. That's 45 minutes.
No, it's insane. When we were right off of Eagle Road, we were talking about if I went on an early flight, it was one set of time. If I went like at 8 a.m, it's double to get to the airport. Yep. So yeah, the distance piece of it. Will the amenities get built? They're already in a big portion of them, and I think it gets discounted too because. There's what's being built with the boathouse, the lake, all that. The lake is built. It's just going to fill with water as the season comes in the coming months. All the big indoor, outdoor boathouse, pools, all that's under construction now and opening this summer. But then I think the discounted part that people don't realize it's is that center greenway that leads to the city park that's going in.
Amazing.
Like there's I don't know what it is, a mile of walking path along the creek with the bridges and all that stuff. It's in today.
Yes.
But I think it gets lost in the scale of it all.
I think it's a fantastic transition for anyone who has been in North Meridian, CUNA, South Meridian, like on the edges of all the development, and they feel like they may be getting closed in on.
Yeah.
This is going to give you it's going to make you feel like you live in the mountains.
Yeah. There's a resort, like mentally for me sometimes it feels like Sun River in a way.
Yes. That is the perfect analogy. That is perfect.
Because it's that cool, like I think it's the walking past the creek, the town center's
miles
going in.
of bike trails. Yes.
It's
I
like,
ran over a chipmunk in Sun River. Apparently,
more
there's a
driving
theme.
things. More driving things.
I was on a bike.
You, on the bike?
On the bike, it ran out in front of me. I stopped and buried it.
We'll have to
just for PETA.
We're gonna have to cut this section out. Anyways, I don't know. Valnova, it's just, I'm so excited. Our first stuff's coming out of ACC review, going into the city. Get some of those quick move-ins going in the model. It's gonna be phenomenal up there. So
yes,
I guess maybe we should close up with, if there's any other myths we didn't cover, reach out. The sales team would love to show you around.
You can
answer
put
any questions
below.
Actually, that's even, see, I'm not good at that part of it. So yeah, no, like if there's a question, comment, like we'd love to answer it and tell you either the answer to the myth, or if you just got a question about the community or something. Yeah, engagement, social media.
Yes.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks.